The Denver Broncos are going to have the means to be players in this year's free agency sweepstakes. Thanks to 104.3 The Fan's Cecil Lammey, we know the Broncos plan to make Dallas Cowboys free agent cornerback Byron Jones a top priority in March. However, Jones might not be the only ex-Cowboy on the Broncos' radar. CBS Sports' Patrick Walker speculated on Friday that if wide receiver Amari Cooper is allowed to hit the market and is not either franchise or transition tagged by Dallas, the Broncos would be among the stronger suitors for his services. Walker said, quote, "The Broncos loved the 1,000-yard season they got from Courtland Sutton in 2019, but the loss of Emmanuel Sanders created a void Cooper instantly fills, and signing him would help ensure Drew Lock has a breakout sophomore campaign." Close quote. It's worth noting that Walker is a long-tenured Cowboys beat writer, very plugged into all things Dallas, but he's not connected in Denver. He might have picked up some buzz from talking to people around the league, and this might be educated speculation, but it's not very plausible considering what we've heard about the Broncos' pursuits elsewhere. Don't get me wrong, we know the Broncos covet speed in their new offense with Pat Shurmur at the head, and as good as Cooper is, he's going to command a max contract. But how many max contracts can the Broncos feasibly afford to hand out, even with a projected $62 million in cap space? Justin Simmons, max contract. The aforementioned Byron Jones, max contract. Chris Harris Jr., if re-signed, max contract. That's to say nothing of the defensive line, which right now is a gaping hole of inexperience for the Broncos. The most connected insider at Dove Valley is 9 News' Mike Kliss, and just last week he said the Broncos will spend most of their free agent dollars on the defensive side of the ball and utilize the draft to finish building an offense. With a bona fide wide receiver 1 already under contract in Courtland Sutton, it wouldn't make a lot of sense for the Broncos to splurge on Cooper, especially in a draft that features what many believe is the best wide receiver class in NFL history. SpotTrack has Cooper's value on the open market set at north of $19 million per year. Yeah, that's approaching quarterback money. Cooper is just 25 years old, and he was the engine that opened up that Cowboys offense last year. And he's coming off a season in which he hauled in 79 passes for almost 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. I can understand how a team could fall in love with Cooper and be willing to lay out that kind of cash, but it would take the right situation. Suffice to say, I'm extremely dubious that the Broncos are that situation. Never say never, but I'm more inclined to chalk this one up to a national writer not getting past the surface circumstances of the local level and not being plugged in to all the buzz and smoke that's been wafting up from Dove Valley since the offseason began. For Mile High Huddle and Sports Illustrated, I'm Chad Jensen.